gonna have to check them on day 2 then. That being day 2 of the 2nd year, so technically day 5 on the map. Okay, at least these guys are where they are supposed to be. That's nice. I don't care about the wolves, they can spook. It's fine. There's my lynx. All 6 of them. So, adult female, mature female, another adult female. 3 adult females and a mature female. And then they had a 1-star young and a 1-star adult last we checked them. 1-star adult. What? How? You had a 1-star young last I checked. That should not have disappeared. Are there more of you? Six? No. There are only 6 of them. And apparently 5 of them are females. That makes like 0 sense. Also, that means I did something incorrect when I marked them last year. Yeah, go spook, I don't care. I'm just here for my lynx. Unless I'm missing something and there's actually 7 of them and I'm just not seeing the 7th one. And now my links are alerted as well. Lovely. But no, I can only see 6 of them. And that is the right size for this group, if I remember my previous playthroughs correctly. One, two, three, four, five, six, yeah. I don't see another one in the trees or to the side either. There is one thing that we can do to test this. Adult, 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 1-star adult. We can use the high fit predator caller. And that should call all of the males in this group because they should all be above 50%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. They should all be at least 60%. So, oh, there we go. Wait, is that actually... One, two, three. Okay, we're gonna have to see if we can call another one or if it's really just this one. If it's just this one, then I don't know why I put down a 1-star young for this group last week. But then I'm also confused about how these guys have 5 females and only 1 male. I'm basically just trying to see if there's going to be anything else coming out of these bushes. But it doesn't look like it. It's 4 adult females and a mature female. Yeah, they really only have 1 male. Damn. Okay, day 4. At least they were where I expected them to be, so that's good. Okay, let's look at our moose. I'm gonna have to figure out which one of these I actually need, because there's a lot of moose on this map. So there should be a moose drinking up here or over here, one of these 2 spots. That's the first moose that we have to check in on. Then we have a moose that drinks over here or down here. And another moose that drinks a little bit further up here or over here. And a moose that either drinks over here or down here. The wind is going north, so let's start in the north and work our way south. I'm not gonna bother running because it's not very far and moose drink for 4 hours, so we should have the time to be more methodical about this. And that means our Our lynx either left their zones very, very early, or one of the things that we spooked them by proxy. Which I hope not. That would have been really awful. And for these moose, we thankfully don't need to check them every single day. We just need to check them until they turn mature. Because every single one of these is, if I remember correctly, a 2-star adult. So we just need to check until they are mature, and then we know we can forward time and just be done with it. Same with the lynx, actually. If there's only one male in those groups, then we can just check on them until they turn mature, and then we can just calculate the time until we need to check again. Do I have a moose collar with me by any chance? I do, okay. There's a lot of trees between us and where this moose drinks. If it even drinks there. They have a zone there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they are there. And right now it doesn't look like we have a moose over there. One 150 meters, so let's switch to crouching. Those, I'm pretty sure, are just rocks. Yeah. I don't see anything resembling a moose over there. And they are pretty big animals, so they would be pretty hard to miss. Okay, well, if they're not here, they gotta be up there. We're gonna come at this from over here because I'm not even sure if we could cross the water there. Let's put another marker over here. Hey Malguardian, how's it going? This way, yeah. Fresh cup of tea, so good. Ah, that's nice. I'm doing alright. Ran a bit late with dinner today, so I started streaming pretty late, but other than that, all good. How's the progress? So in terms of mobility, mouth mobility, I'm doing pretty good. In terms of pain as well. My chin and my lip still somewhat numb. And fun fact that I didn't know about, the reason why you're supposed to be on liquid food or soft food for 8 weeks after getting your lower wisdom teeth out is because they actually leave behind holes which fill from the bottom up, so it's gonna take a few weeks until they are fully, like, they leave holes that cannot be covered with stitches, so it takes a couple of weeks until those have fully filled up. So yeah, it's gonna be a couple more weeks of making sure that I eat things that don't need to be chewed, that can only just turn very fine and then just swallow as they are. Without getting them all the way back here, because that's gonna be a problem. But it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. I seem to have evaded any of the truly nasty post-surgery complications, so that's good. Alright, I don't need foxes, I need moose. I think what we're heading to right now is probably a point of interest and then the moose. But yeah, I think that's just... The good news is this is the only time I will have to do this. And as much as it annoys me, until I had them taken out, I had my lower wisdom teeth in particular, because they were impacted. I had them getting infected 3 or 4 times a year, and that was always a pain in the ass. And at least this I will only have to deal with once, and then it will be over. I don't need a fox right now. That's a brown bear. Don't really care about that very much right now. Can I see him? Oh, that's a 3-star mature. Hello. Is that... No, that's not the same 3-star mature we saw before. Oh. Either way, don't really need him right now. We're just gonna keep on walking because we have a moose to check on. And the sooner we can get this one out of the way, the better. Where are the others in terms of... Okay, that's not too bad. We can probably get to those fairly reasonably quick. This one is going to be annoying because we're gonna have the wind in the nose. Can't see anything yet. Hopefully we'll actually be able to have a decent sightline when we get there. That's a bit too close to be our moose. It's about 100 meters too close. But I also can't see what it is because we're still going uphill. What exactly do we have over there? Oh, fallow deer. That's a big herd of fallow deer. Oh god, and checking our moose at this point is going to be really annoying. Yeah, let's let the fallow spook. And then we're going a little bit further in this direction. So that we can actually have a better sight line of this moose need zone. Those are our fallows. Once they're mature, normally I would take that, but we're currently just in the market for moose. Nothing else. At least not at this lake, and it seems like they are not here. Hold on, let me check Nikabo's toolbox. How far apart up? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Okay, some of those zones are pretty far apart. Which means there's a very good chance that this moose has already left. If that's the case, we're gonna at least check whether this is the often drink zone or the rare drink zone, and then we're gonna have to come back here the next day, just like with that one Lynx group. This is annoying. This is really annoying. Yeah, they are gone. Otherwise we would already have heard them spooking. So that's the fallow deer. That's moose. The question is it the moose that we need, or is it another one? Brown bear. Yeah, this is the moose that we... Not this one. This one. Okay. Eastern zone is often. Okay. Then we gotta check on the upper moose and hope that they haven't left yet.